everybody present?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then we can discuss this meeting about some of our problems within our company. We'll be discussing 3 today, solutions that have been given. Let's just see what everyone thinks about it.
Now let's start with the first problem. The first problem in WC Hooper is that communication between directors and the head of department need to be improved. To solve this, the head of department should send weekly reports to the board of directors. This would enable directors to keep in touch with key developments in the company. Ayla, what do you think?
I think I'm against it because the weekly reports will cost way too much time and energy to read them for everyone. It will cost more money because everybody needs to be paid, and it will be an overload of information because people won't hear the most important part of it.
Okay, I disagree with that because I think the weekly reports are a great way for managers to stay in the loop with the developments that are happening within the company. And I think it's also a great idea to for the managers to pitch ideas they have to solve the complaints we get or the developments, and they can also pitch their ideas and improvements in that way.
I don't think so. If the head of department only sends a weekly report, they can't clarify any details. By only sending weekly reports, it is difficult for the head of department and the director to be on the same wavelength.
I do think it puts all the complaints just in a nutshell, so maybe we can introduce meetings every week after that, so we can talk about the complaints and developments we have in that week.
I think the weekly reports bring a clear overview.
Yes, I think so.
I think that's always good. It's easy to control as well, because everything is on paper. You know what needs to change, you know what needs to happen, and everybody knows what's happening inside the company. And as she said, you keep the people in the loop.
Yes, if it's, you know, you can also just make meetings to clarify the details. If something's not clear, you can give the person a call.
And we would like to do this like once a week or once a month, or
I think the weekly reports, they should should just be every week, maybe like every 2 weeks a meeting about things that are unclear, and just to go through all the weekly reports.
But don't you think that it's better to organize one weekly meeting and send a report every 2 weeks? So let's change it.
to have the meeting once a week.
And
Yes,
then
and a
the files.
report
Sorry,
once
I
every 2
really,
weeks.
I didn't really catch that.
Why not?
It would be less expensive though.
Yeah, that's right. And it takes a lot of time to write those weekly reports.
It depends, because if you have a meeting every week, you have multiple people inside one room,
Yeah, they can discuss
and
about
otherwise
the
you
problems.
have one person making
The report.
the report.
And then every 2 weeks you have the people in this, you need to get the same people into the same room. I think that's easier every 2 weeks, because it takes too much time every week to have a meeting.
Mhm.
Because, you know, everyone has busy schedules, so if we do it every 2 weeks, they only need time for a meeting every 2 weeks, I think.
But the director can interpret the weekly reports different from the head of department. This might cause miscommunication.
As in that case, I think it's best if he doesn't understand the report to just contact the department manager. It can be through phone, or you can send an email asking to clarify. And otherwise, you can hold the question until the meeting if it's not very important. Obviously, if it's very important cause, I think he should just go to the director himself or the department manager.
And what if someone forgets to read the weekly report?
That's their own responsibility, I think. Everyone should have the responsibility of reading every weekly report.
I think we shouldn't talk too long about this.
Okay,
So-
are we going to do weekly reports, 2-week meetings? Or are we going to do...
Or at least we keep the reports,
Yes.
at least see how it goes.
Yeah.
And
Have a pilot month.
we can think about the meetings anyway. See after the first week how it went.
And discuss
then
it later how it
Discuss-
went.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Does everyone agree?
I agree.
I agree.
Great.
All right. So we go on to the second problem we have. That's the problem that the head office is not receiving the information quick enough. That causes a delay in the processing of orders to the clients. And what the solution could be is that we give all the sales representatives a BlackBerry to communicate.
Yes. I recommend to issue all sales reps with a BlackBerry. The head office can easily keep in contact with his employees, and he can give the latest information by sending an email.
But does it have to be a BlackBerry? Because there's easier ways to communicate in the office. If we just provide everyone with their own business email from the company that's just strictly being used for that, I think it's easier. Also because when we're in meetings and everyone's quickly and easily distracted by their BlackBerries, just don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, but we could get a deal with BlackBerry, so it would be much cheaper and more like you're together at one thing, so you'll feel more like a team spirit when you all get a BlackBerry, and if it's for free, because we could get a deal.
But there are only the representatives.
So it's not everyone in the office, it's just the reps.
Oh yeah.
And those are very important.
Yes, but I think if just all of our employees get their own business email from the company, I think that just makes communication easier. We set ground rules for that, like just strictly use it for business and not for leisure.
If you wanted to do it for her, you have to include everyone in the group communication.
Yes.
But since that is not the solution we're bringing, I disagree with it to do it. I think it's too often anyway, because they're communicating every day, which can be a distraction.
Yes.
And it's also not easy to use within the company. If you got Apple or Samsung, they all have.
For example, with Apple, you could get the Apple computers and you could synchronize your Apple phone with your Apple computer. I think that's,
Exactly.
in the end, is easier and maybe cheaper, but I don't.
And it's
I
also
don't know about
to report with BlackBerry. I don't know how you're gonna do it with which system or whatever, but I think it's not that easy as you think. It's easier to do such things by email.
Also with Apple, you obviously get the iCloud, so people can share their documents and save them in the cloud, so when their phone crashes, when the computer crashes, it's still there.
But if everyone gets an email, they still need a BlackBerry to send those emails. Because it takes a lot of time to get a laptop and open it.
Yes, so
send
that's
the
maybe
email.
why Apple is a good solution, because they have the computers and the phones, and we can synchronize them.
Yeah. The communication has to stay fluent.
Yes.
So
So I think we don't get the BlackBerries and maybe look for another brand, like Apple, maybe like Samsung.
Yeah. Sounds like a good plan.
and what would you prefer?
Yeah, I think Apple, because yeah, it's expensive, but
I think
Yeah.
maybe in the long run it might be cheaper. Maybe.
yeah, it would help our delay of the customers and all our problems.
And is everyone going to get a phone or just the sales reps?
I think maybe we start phones with the sales reps, but do get the email for everyone, so we can have mail groups.
Yeah, so we can check if it works with the sales
Yeah, we can
reps,
do-
and
yes,
then later
yeah.
we can play 45
Yeah.
Alright,
I don't
so
know if there's any other cons, pros you see to this,
Do you have any pros?
or maybe
For the
something
BlackBerry.
you're against now, or maybe something you're for that you say.
about BlackBerry.
BlackBerry or
Did you
another
catch it?
solution.
Yes, I did. But I don't know.
No.
I found it on Apple.
But isn't the most important thing the communication, or was this about BlackBerry?
I think the most important is the communication between everyone in the company, which is just really bad right now.
Yeah.
It's more that if you want to have a solution that has something to do with a smartphone, BlackBerry is not the perfect solution.
It's a bit outdated, I think.
Yeah. So then Apple would be better because you could expand way more with Apple.
Yeah, so with the cloud, with computers, you can synchronize everything.
We could also watch different solution. That's no problem. But I think then we have to do some research and leave that to the research department.
Yes, and I don't think we should go for BlackBerry for the reason you can connect it with anything in the office.
Yeah, I agree. An Apple is a better phone than a BlackBerry.
Certainly.
All right, so we're gonna leave it.
Yes,
Now-
I think we're gonna go on to the next.
Gonna do
agenda
some
point.
research.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come back later.
All right.
Department needs a new procedure for dealing with customer complaints. I think the best solution will be that we should send any complaints about any product which contains health and safety implications to marketing, research and development, and PR. What do you think about it?
Do we have to send it to all three departments?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I think that's going to get very vague for the customers because they don't know who to make their complaint to.
No, they should be sent. We already have a complaint service center, but
But it might get confusing as well for our customers in customer service, for our employees in customer service, I'm sorry, to really know who to send it to. Because it has to go to so
Yeah.
many different people now, it might take just...
One problem goes to 3 departments and it's not efficient if 3 departments focus on one problem.
If we would make a system that contains an automatically service to send it to the specific department where it's going, so you only have to click like one button, which is or R&D or marketing or PR.
Yes, but all complaints have to go to all 3. So,
Yeah, but this might be a solution that we can come closer to each other, because I think it's a good solution because you get more specialized reviews. If we send it to R&D and the R&D knows more about it, they can do more with it than customer service can do with it.
yes, but I think...
At the end, if it's an important complaint, it needs to go there anyway.
Yes, but if it has to go to marketing and PR, they don't...
No,
they don't
that-
go- that's a bit vague, I think, because they're two completely different departments. They don't make, or they don't have all the information about the product
You can solve it.
technically.
but if the product is broken, the R needs to know about it because people need to know about it because maybe they need to maybe the factories need to get it back.
Yes, but I'm a bit confused as to why marketing has to be involved to withdrawing the product from the market.
Because marketing needs to know how to react on it. The whole marketing strategy is based on what happens. So everything that happens needs to be with the marketing to adapt. As well as the PR. At the moment that something happens, the PR needs to know how to react to keep the name good. And for the R&D, it depends, because sometimes it's not an issue which has something to do with research and development, but when it does, it's really important for them. I think PR and marketing are almost always important to it. R&D we could discuss about it, but I think the PR and marketing is always.
But then the next problem with this solution, for me personally, it's going to take longer to get the solution, which is going to maybe cause offense to some of our customers because it has to be run by 3 different different departments now. They need to talk about it, and then it might just take way longer to get a solution to our customer.
Well, maybe it won't take longer because everyone will be working on it. So
Yes, but they have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have to
Yeah,
be.
Oh, yeah.
They have to go together to talk about it, and they might not agree, and then it's going to take longer to get a good solution to our customers.
Otherwise, the customer will get 3.
3
Solutions.
completely different solutions that are just not cohesive at all.
that's true, but I still think it's the most important because otherwise the company won't be as a whole, it will be as just part of it if we don't discuss it.
But I think that customer service always makes a decision at the moment to create some time, as always, because the customer service cannot say we take the product back, because that
No,
always needs to go
exactly,
through
but-
management.
No, exactly, but
So-
at that moment they also cannot offer a customer a good solution because if R&D, marketing and PR decide to withdraw from the market, what is customer service going to offer our customer? At that moment, because you can't give them the new device if it has the same issues, because they'll come back again with the issues.
Yes, but at that moment they have to talk anyway to each other, the marketing, the PR and the R&D, because they need to know what they can give. And the only way to know what they can give is if they talk with each other and know the problem, know what needs to happen, and know that they have to come with a solution.
Okay, I think we need to set a limit or a deadline for when the complaint is filed.
Yeah, that would be a great idea.
So a deadline for when they have to come up with a solution. So within, maybe it's a bit short, but with 3 days, because we cannot keep,
Customers waiting.
yeah, maybe 5 work days, because we cannot keep our customers waiting for an answer for 3 weeks because they are discussing whether to withdraw it, what the problem could be, how to improve it. So there has to be a deadline for it, because otherwise I think we might lose customers if they have to wait for their answer for too long, and their solution and how it's going to be solved for them.
I agree.
So we still want to send one problem to 3 departments, but give them a
Is
limited time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there maybe not a way we can?
That's if you would be specific, I think.
Yeah.
Is there not a way we can get people from every one of that department just together, maybe every just a short meeting every day, just to get all the complaints that have been filed the previous day, and they get together that day to see if there's anything.
I think just the first 15-20 minutes from the day.
So and then they discuss the problems and complaints and things that were reported the day before.
Yeah, and if we assign one person on every department
Yeah.
to do that, that has,
Together,
yeah,
together in
Because
one.
just 2
Yeah.
departments, 1 person.
then has not a lot of more
And,
costs.
okay, and then the person from each department goes to their own separate departments and just brief their colleagues, I think.
If something needs to happen, that's important to them. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a pretty decent solution.
Yeah, it will be good because the customers will have a much better service. So, yeah, I think they will come back more and many times.
Yes, and I think we also just then have to maybe book in extra trainings for our customer service employees to know how to react when they get a big health complaint, technical complaint, how to react. So maybe we need to book in extra trainings for them
No.
for that.
So we have to include someone.
From customer service as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just so he can brief his employees or maybe the manager,
Yeah.
so that they know how to react, so we don't get the miscommunication, which was the problem in the first place, I think.
So if we summarize it, then we take one person of every department.
Yes, every department involved. Yes.
We're gonna transfer the complaints with a time limit
Yes.
of
5
Five.
work days.
let's say 5 days,
Work days.
5 work days. And one person of each department will come every day to see the complaints.
Yes, see the major
Yeah.
complaints, I think.
And who's going to send a response to the customer with the problem?
Yes,
So-
that's a very good.
The customer service.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Customer service is always responsible on the communication to the customer
when the
directly.
problem is solved, it's going to be forwarded to the manager of customer service, and he's going to assign one of his employees to contact our customer with the regarding the
Yes,
complaint
that will be a
and
great
the
idea.
solution. Okay, I think that's a good solution.
That's it.
I think,
Do we have more?
that was about it. Yes.
Yes.
I think
Well,
that
so
was
I
it.
think we need to schedule a meeting for maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks time.
Yeah,
Just
2 weeks
do-
I think, because we had the issue with
With the weekly
the
We have to come back
Weekly
at
reports.
And just
The
see,
problems.
how it's been.
Yeah.
yeah.
So in 2 weeks we
Meeting.
we meet again.
Very well.
Alright.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.